The money I got from those fish, I use it to educate my son. Kasese, we have a plate of fish.
It is a venture said to be practiced mainly on and around water bodies. In the western district of Kasese, fish farming is being taken a notch higher. Farmers are embracing the practice on hills, with over 400 ponds scattered in and around the district. But what is the possibility that fish farming could become a life changer in the western district of Kasese? The name Kasese rings the bell with quite a number of antonyms. On the negative, it is associated with floods, landslides, and other such disasters. But on the positive, it is well known for being hospitable to tourists due to its proximity with mountains of the moon. But there is something new. Somewhere at Kinyarisiki village in Buyaga parish of Chondo sub-county,
there is a sunflower.
The passion is there.
And
the zeal is apparent. This is how it starts. It is a process of preparing food for the fish that is reared here. Soya bean and sunflower powders are mixed with silverfish, maize bran and calcium phosphate to produce fish feed.
It was supported by Fairfolk. First they came here, we rehabilitated ponds. After rehabilitating them, we went into stocking them. After stocking ponds, they have been providing ingredients for feed formulation. And today, we have manufactured feeds. From what we have done inside here, we have done grinding, mixing, and pelleting. So finally, our final product is that.
It is a brainchild of Buyaga Fishermen Parent Group, bringing together both male and female fish farmers. Ngalibida Droneka is one of them.
Omwabolemu wa mahar nga buti obutsibu kwa bulemi obo tukabana yebe kasiri abam esyo sitwa masihiramu twamiramu abekome betano ebyo siseberekura mukabyo muni ebendu ebe kasasiriamu twabere tukabana mutwa bana mukabyo omwamaetse muli ebikibikeremo yobutaka ebekere nabo nibo makwabe kali bwana bwa mahar ngoko tukasihiramu esyo sisirirwamu ngoko tulie sihiramu nokwa musike wacu kukana setimba esyanzoka nasyo sikaseria.
At this pond is where the processed fish feed ends up. The pond is found just in the middle of the hills in Chondo sub-county. The water here is drawn from River Kaberere using artificial water channels.
Each member is having his individual pond. Me, the one speaking, I have 2 ponds. All of them are stocked.
In a period of less than 10 years, the Buyaga Fish Farmers Group has seen its members grow from 3 to 70 in number. So, as the fish is harvested, the farmers here are all hopeful that their venture is paying off.
Then when this program of the Myoga came in, this group was supported by 2 million. It was given 2 million, which supported this group. And this money was lent to the farmers in the form of giving them fingerlings and fish feeds. And we are progressing.
The market is readily available.
When this Operation Wealth Creation came, I also benefited. They gave me some seeds. I stocked my ponds. Then when I sold the fish and the catfish, I had to erect a block house. Now, up to this day, I am plastering my house. From that money I get from the fish.
But this is not where it ends. Post-harvest handling is critical. This is where the modernized fish smoking equipment comes into the picture. Mounted near Mobuku irrigation scheme, it is seen to be a clean fish smoking process compared to the ordinary smoking style.
Smoke, as it has been conventionally used in the traditional fish smoking methods, comes directly onto the fish. As such, we have seen smoked fish on the market that is covered in soot. But in this case, the smoke is filtered such that what reaches the fish is actually a flavor and not the raw smoke, as it were, that harbors those carcinogenic components that will cause lung cancer and things like that. So in this case, the smoke is filtered, so we are sure that we are delivering to the fish the aroma that is transported through smoke, but well-filtered smoke. This smoking kiln is divided into 3 compartments: a smoke generation unit, the smoking chamber itself, and then the heat generation unit. So in the heat generation unit, we endeavor to control the temperatures that we are working with, because with smoking, we are not cooking, we are not grilling, we are not baking. We are dehydrating the product because we want to reduce the moisture content so that it can have a longer shelf life.
Upon completion, the fish is not just ready for the market, but also for immediate consumption.
We are solving a problem of poor post-harvest handling and short shelf life. We know that with fish, if it is out of the water, it cannot last more than 24 hours fresh. But for the fisher, the fish trader, it gives them a longer window for market, a longer window to do business when you smoke the fish, because you have improved its shelf life from 1 day to about a week or a week and a half, depending on how dry you make the fish during the smoking process.
These initiatives come at a time Kasese district population is recorded to be rising. According to the 2014 Population and Housing Census, the growth rate was 3.1%. The 2002 to 2012 10-year period saw a population growth of up to 540,000 persons, 49.1% of whom were male, while 50.9% were female. With a 2021 population projection of the area put at 810,436 persons, there is need to put this population to good use. This is why aquaculture is being emphasized.
Kasese is known as one of the disaster prone. Every year we experience river flooding. But we should not look at the issue that comes out of the river flooding. Let's look at the other side of the coin. What is it that we can tap from these natural endowments?
Because with fish farming, siting is very, very important. I know that we have sites elsewhere where farmers did it on their own and siting was poor. And then when there were floods or there were heavy rains, there was siltation of the ponds. Actually, some were even swept away. But for this area specifically we're talking about, these ponds have been there for, I think, over 15 years. And there has never been any threat.
This has not come without challenges. The more aquaculture has been embraced, the more fish feeds have become scarce. This has created the need for other alternatives. The black soldier fly is being piloted at National Fisheries Research Institute of National Agriculture Research Organization, NARO.
Investing in fish needs available factory for fish feeds. Everyone who invests in a fish feed sometimes find it very difficult to get the right composition of the feed. So at the end of the day, we end up going again outside to import. And the more you import, the more you incur a lot of costs. So, but even with that, our scientists are trying their best to see that, especially NARO actually currently has come up with the good feeds. The only problem is the capacity of doing it is still low.
Seen applying his expertise is Ondoro Constantine Chobet, an aquaculture research officer from Regional Fish Fry Center in the Eastern District of Mbale. He is leading research to ensure these black soldier flies give the best fish feeds to fish farmers. The process starts with laying of eggs.
We obtain it from the adult black soldier fly that lays the eggs, and the eggs, after hatching, we introduce them, the hatched larvae, into a mixture of organic material. This organic material are simple raw materials that come from agro-processes. These are food peelings, crushed tubers, grain husks. For example, maize bran, coffee husk, wheat bran, etc.
It is a project for which government earmarked 1 billion Uganda shillings. It was programmed to be released in phases of 3 financial years. About 150 million has so far been released. The next phase is meant for popularization and mindset change.
Because mukene is not easily available due to high competition between human beings and animals. So with the black soldier fly, since it is an animal which is produced at home, it will constantly be available for farmers and all the stakeholders who would wish to use it for animal feed production. So the biggest challenges we are addressing are issues of availability and profitability.
For me, if there is any investor who really wants to invest now in Uganda, should be able to invest in fish feed, which is the current need for Uganda. Because Ugandans cannot be able to feed their fish. You buy the fingerlings, you put the fingerlings there, you have 20,000, 50,000 fingerlings, but feeding them is more than feeding maybe chicken. Or, so that is our challenge.
Fish farmers have relied on imported feeds, while others have processed silverfish. The undertaking is said to be expensive.
Fish farming is the way to go. Every community is excited with the fish farming. Unfortunately, almost 80% of the investment, at the end of the day, what you get, 80% goes to feeds. Fish feed is the biggest obstacle that we're faced with at the moment.
In Kasese, Lake George, Lake Edward and Lake Katwe are some of the other water bodies in and around the area where fishmongering is practiced. The difference in the size of harvests is the reason why domestic farmers are given permits for their premature-looking fish to avoid legal implications.
Currently, production stands at 5 tons annually from aquaculture, with a coverage of an average of 500 to 400 fish ponds, which are actively in operation. In terms of marketing of fish, the law is in place. Fisheries laws do not permit the trade of tilapia fish, which is less than 11 inches. And with ponds or from other aquaculture systems, it takes a lot of time, or the majority of the fish harvested are less than the recommended sizes of fish as per the fish laws. But what we do for our farmers, we ensure that once a farmer plans to harvest and is planning to market his or her fish to a distant market like the regional market in Mbondwe, we are in close coordination with that farmer, and at the time of harvest, we ensure that the farmer is cleared through the DFO's office to ensure that his or her products are not intercepted along the way.
These are some of the initiatives whose success would not have been possible without support from government. The Farm Income Enhancement and Forest Conservation Project is currently in its second phase. It aims at improving household income, food security, and climate resilience through sustainable natural resources management and agricultural enterprise development.